What's up, boys? Back with some more Solar Survivors. I'm going to be trying a bit of a Thorns build here. Heatseeker Prime fires homing bullets, and then the Omega, after taking damage, fire a mini Heatseeker. And I believe as you level up one of these, you can transfer some upgrades from the Prime to the Omega. So I'm going to be doing some taking damage based stuff with that. Let's go over here, I guess. So start off with a homing weapon. Don't think I want any of these. I don't think I want any of these either. I don't think that has a useful bonus when you max it. Double cannon plus 2 bullets is pretty nice for the prime. Later on, I think you can add some of your bonus bullets to the Omega. Reducing incoming crash damage and increasing HP will work pretty well when I'm going to be taking a lot of damage later on. I don't think, well, that would actually kind of work. After taking damage, release a swarm of virus bullets. I could try that. There's a plus HP passive that I definitely need for this. And then I probably want the cooldown thing so that I can heal more often, maybe? Or maybe I want the damage for the Heatseeker Prime, since that will also later on affect the Omega as well. Man, my damage is pretty bad right now, though. So that's the HP thing I need, and that also improves cooldowns. Blaster also would be good, since at high levels that gives you +1 piercing for everything. After healing, I could fire a mini Heatseeker, sure. That'll happen every time that my regen thing triggers, although I'm not sure if it works at full HP. But I could take some crash damage here just to make sure I can clear out all of these. After dealing crash damage, that would probably be useful later on. I think it's this one that heals you when you crash, though. So I might not want that. I already have 2 things based on taking damage up here. So a third one, probably kind of unnecessary. I mainly want the thing that heals me when I crash, which I think is the armor thing right there. %, max HP, sure. That improves my healing and cooldowns a bit. Plus XP. I will want the blaster for the piercing. That will be very good on the homing weapons I have later on. And that'll get me a bit more damage right now. Let's go here. I think the faster I get the piercing, the better. +1 global bullet's pretty nice though. I will probably want the spread invert at max level. That gives +1 bullet, I think, to everything. That'll also help me clear some stuff behind me, which is helpful in some situations. Plus 25% bullets, I can put that on the heat seeker. And eventually transfer that to the Omega as well, I think. Let's see, fire rate, damage. Damage should be pretty good. XP. Probably push the heat seeker, I guess. I do have a lot of upgrades on that. So there you go, 50% of bullet count upgrades on the prime will now apply to that. Then I think you can add damage to it as well later on. Probably grab this. They're the plus damage upgrades. Try not to miss too much XP here. Blaster. Let's go on the heat seeker. That has 2 damage, so this would actually be a huge damage increase to it. Let's grab the... I don't think I have any pierce for that yet, so go on the Heatseeker Prime. I want to try and aim the blaster at the smaller guys to AoE them down a little bit. And then hopefully the homing missiles will be more likely to hit the boss guys. Legendary loot. Homing, I have that on the things that are relevant anyways. I'm not sure that weapons would be that useful, but that should be big if that applies to the Omega. So that's 3.12 and 2.56. I'm curious on that. So that doubled in damage. Okay, very nice. So let's go with the blaster here. And since the Heatseeker Omega doesn't actually have a cooldown, it just happens when I take damage or when I heal, part of the downside of that legendary is actually negated as well. So pretty cool little synergy there. go with the blaster. Sooner I can get the plus piercing on my main weapons, the better. Oops. A lot of stuff going on right now. It's not that bad since I do extra damage when I take damage as well. Fire rate, 50% of pierce, don't have that yet. Try and take out the range guys first here. Probably the blaster. That's getting pretty high level now, and the +1 pierce is going to be huge on it. I guess I'll take that to max it out, and then once I get the blaster it will be pretty helpful. Heat seeker damage. Blaster at level 7. More damage onto the Heatseeker Prime to transfer that as well. If I'm at full HP, I may as well take some hits every once in a while just to improve my damage a bit. Since I am going for a Thorns build. Let's grab the Heatseeker. More XP. +1 pierce is huge now. That'll allow my homing weapons to hit multiple times. I'll max that out. Try and stay towards the backside so that the homing is more likely to hit them. And then once I clear some room over there, I can get behind them and use the blaster as well. More legendary loot. I'm thinking the big bullet onto the Heatseeker here fire rate won't help the Omega. Rubber plating's not bad, but this is probably the funniest here. Is there anything I would reroll into? Maybe the double bullet thing? That would be cool. +1 weapon slot, or 2 weapon slots. See what else there is. Double the bullets, there we go, that sounds funny. Put that on the Heatseeker Prime. So that's at 8 and 5. And now 23 and 8. Actually, didn't even know you could reroll legendary loot. That makes things a lot more interesting, since you can get some really game-changing upgrades there. Probably want the spread inverts. That's getting kind of close to max. I can try to get that out of the way. More XP. Probably try and finish that off to get it out of the way. Now my choices will be a bit easier. 176 XP. I still don't have that max. Wow. Definitely need the Heatseeker max, since that's what almost everything is based on. So it looks like it does trigger my healing stuff when I'm at full HP, because those little yellow missiles are the Heatseeker Omega, I think. And then I'm also getting the virus missiles from healing as well. Let's go with the HP, since that also scales my cooldowns a little bit. I should probably just take some damage here for the Thorns bonuses, actually. More XP. More Heatseeker. More HP. More HP. I'm probably free to crash into enemies at this point. And that'll give me a lot more damage. Just need to be careful about their projectiles. I think I need some levels on this to get some bonus healing when I crash into enemies. I think that's level 4 on it, maybe? And then that would trigger my on-healing stuff on the 2 weapons I have, the virus thing and the Heatseeker Omega. Try to crash into some small ships over here. Okay, level 3 it is. More XP. I think at level 6 it gives you some global damage reduction, which would be pretty useful. and then that also helps quite a bit on top of that. So now I can just crash into stuff and spawn tons of bullets if they live long enough. There we go, 20% all damage reduction. And then if I can max out the invert, that gives +1 bullets to everything. But that doesn't seem likely here. Oh well. Yeah, I think we're at the boss now. Wonder if I can just crash into this guy, it seems like it. Yeah, he is getting wrecked by that. Owned. So that's it for the Heatseeker Omega Thorns build, funneling everything into the Prime to then transfer some of the damage and bullet count to the Omega, which triggers every time I take damage or heal. I had the virus thing that also triggers when I take damage or heal. Not too bad. New cosmetic. Some shop upgrades unlocked. See what we got in here. A new legendary. Bullets are now homing 20 pierces? 3 damage and 1 second cooldown, but you can only have 1 bullet. Okay. That would be bad on blaster, bad on spread, maybe on Heatseeker, but that's already homing. I wonder if that would work on the dark matter bomb. Maybe you could put that on the virus drone since that's only one thing following them? I'm not sure. Sounds kind of niche. +1 bullet? I think that's a ship equipment. All weapons are now homing. Take 10 damage for each XP drop that goes off screen. Interesting. That sounds pretty strong. I think you can position it in a way where you wouldn't lose any XP, and then there are some weapons that would be pretty strong with homing. The spread needle and invert are very good. Blaster's good. I still have a ton of loadouts to do. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.